Hello everyone, welcome to a Cardio Curious workout. I'm Chantel and today we have a 30-minute full body rinse. We're going to start from our toes and end all the way up to our hands, so it's full body today. You will need possibly a chair for balance and yourself. Let's get started with some jogging on the spot. We have 4 circuits today that we're repeating twice and I'll walk you all through it, 30 seconds per exercise. We're here for 15 more seconds, trying to get some energy from the floor with a little bounce through our toes. Last 3. And our first exercise is a sumo squat with a calf raise. We're going to go from one toe to the other, really pressing the balls of the feet into the floor. It's quite chilly here today, so I'm wearing shoes, but I suggest either bare feet or flat shoes for today's workout. We're going to need it for balance later. Gripping the floor with your feet, pressing up through the heel, engaging those calf muscles. Then feet just slightly more narrow. We're going for a squat to kick as you press up, thinking about grounding through your feet. Pointing the free foot toe out to the side. We should feel this one a bit through our hips now as well too. And feet even more narrow. We have a 1.5 squat now. Down to the bottom, halfway up, back down and to the top, working up through the quads. I'll show you from the side to the bottom, halfway up, to the bottom, to the top. Awesome work, guys. Next exercise, you may need your chair for balance. Grounding your foot into the floor. We have a single leg deadlift. You're going to bow the chest forwards and stand up again. Staying on one side for 30 seconds. It's a nice stretch for the back of the leg there. And the same on the other side. Spreading the toes apart, gripping the floor with the feet. Nice stuff, guys. The last exercise in this circuit is the hardest. We have an in and out squat jump. Pressing through the floor to come up as high as we can. In and out. If you like a low impact version, then stepping. 10 more seconds until we shake it out with the jog. Woo. And time. Back into the jog on the spot. Shake it out and breathe. Nice work so far, guys. We're going to do this whole round again. Ten more seconds. Lovely. Sumo squat with calf raise. Thinking now about starting to engage our core muscles, wrapping our core inwards. Pelvic floor is lifted halfway through. Final 5 seconds. Slightly more narrow with the feet, squat to side kick. You can also use the back of your chair for balance here if you need it. 10 seconds. Awesome, guys. Can we go a little lower? It's the last time for this exercise. Then we're into those 1.5 squats, more narrow stance, 1.5. Firing up the quads now. Lovely. Last 10 seconds. Can we go a little lower? And time into that single leg deadlift. Nice and tall, bowing forwards. As low as we can control, using our hips to stand up. We're starting to travel up the body now. Making sure our core is pulled in. It's going to help us with balance. And the same on the other leg. It's a great exercise for leveling out our pelvis. If you carry little children on one hip, you might feel there's a bit of a discrepancy there. Use your chair and try and even it out. Both hips like you're carrying a bucket of water, and try not to spill either direction. Lucky last for those in and out squat jumps. Then we have a 30-second rest after this one. So let's make it count. Halfway. Can we go a little higher for these final 10 seconds? Awesome work, guys. 3. And time, 30 seconds. Feel free to grab some water or just walk it around. Lovely. We're getting there. We're going to start traveling even higher and focus on the midsection for this next set of exercises. Whew. Starting from the back end of the mat, toe up towards the face, leg is straight. We're going to reach our hips back towards the back edge of the mat and open up through the back body, scooping some energy up from the floor. Scoop and throw. Awesome. Lovely stretch. Then the next one is a windmill. You're going to have one foot out. We're bending that leg and imagining like we're holding a dinner plate with our other hand. This leg hand slides down the leg and the other one is going to stay upright. This is for our obliques, our core now, our center. Great mobility exercise as well. Just go as low as you can. Same on the other side, one foot turned out. That's the side that will bend. Nice stuff, guys. Remember, we've got 2 cracks at this. Just take your time. 5 seconds. Still focusing now through the center. We're getting some gentle twist action going with a standing bicycle. Opposite elbow draws to opposite knee. The twist is coming from belly button up and not through our lower back. It's quite small, isolated. 10 seconds. Awesome. Then at the back end of the mat again, we're doing a lunge with a twist. We're stepping forwards with one foot and lunging towards that front leg. Again, using our core, our hips are going to stay forwards. Suck the abs in, start drawing that energy into our midsection. 5 seconds. Swapping legs shortly. And other side. Again, that chair is here if you need it for balance, especially if you find that you're wobbling through this part here. Make sure to protect your lower back. Hold on to something if you need it. 10 seconds. Woo. And time. Lucky last, nice and quick. We're coming down to the floor for a plank saw. Elbows and toes. We're rocking from the heel to the toes. Hips are staying low. Trying to fire up a little bit of movement more through that core. Use your core to lift yourself backwards and forwards. 5 seconds. Awesome. Then slowly standing up, we're back into that full body stretch. Toe up towards the face. Big scoop and circle. We do it all again. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit more limber than the last round. Windmill coming up. Nice wide stance, one toe turned out, bending towards that leg, and up again. Going as far as your body will let you. Keep your belly button drawn in, core tight. Last 5. Lovely, same on the other side. Changing directions with your feet. Halfway. It's the last time for this exercise. I've seen our little cat go through. That's Raven. Final 5 seconds. Awesome. Then a standing bicycle, using that core. If you find that your lower back is getting niggly at all, then just a squat like so, please. Halfway. Twist from the abs. Think about the muscles we're focusing on. Last 5 seconds. And a lunge with twist, starting from the back of the mat. Lunging forwards, twisting towards that front leg. Hips are staying still. Imagine that bucket of water again. Try not to spill anything. Control. So good for the body. And the same on the other side. So nice to be moving. We're very lucky. Be grateful for what your bodies can do. It's probably a lot more than you think it can. 10 seconds. And lucky last for that plank saw. Getting as quickly as you can into position. 30-second break coming up after this exercise. Focus on lifting your core up into your spine. Breathing normally. 5 seconds. And time. A quick child's pose here in our break. Reaching the hips towards the heels. Option to have a bit of water if you need it. We're starting to travel now up into really firing up our core. bit more isolated core movements. We'll be staying down on the ground here. Traveling a little bit into our upper core. We're starting with a crunch and hold. Crunching up, holding for a second, and releasing again. So it's small, it's isolated. We're using just our abdominals now. If that's sore in your neck, feel free to hold your head fully. Tuck your chin in a little bit and make sure the movement is coming just from here and not through your head and neck. 5 seconds. Then a single leg lower, both legs are up. We're gonna slowly lower one leg down at a time towards the floor. Your aim is to pull your abs flat into the ground, like you're pressing your lower back in and sucking your tummy in at the same time. Legs are relaxed, legs are heavy. This is for lower core now. 5 seconds. Then we have reverse crunch, knees at tabletop, sliding the knees up to meet the nose. It's a small movement, just by slightly tucking your pelvis under. If there's any lower back pain in that position, please leave your tailbone where it is and just move your legs. 10 seconds. Nice stuff, guys. Butterfly crunch coming up. Soles of the feet together, hands start behind. Squeezing up into that crunch motion. It's very hard here to use your hip flexors or your legs. So if you do find that your hips or your legs get sore when you do crunches, this is a great isolated movement to practice relaxing the legs. Also a lovely opener for our hips. 5 seconds. Head flat, knees back to tabletop. We're going in for a dead bug. Slowly dropping your opposite arm and leg down towards the floor. Again, limbs are quite heavy, they're relaxed. The movement is coming from our midsection. It's generating all the movement now. We're using the floor by pressing into the ground. Getting that lovely energy. And last ab exercise is a jackknife, leaning back and knees to nose. This is one of the harder ones. Try and tuck your abs into a bowl kind of shape. If that's too much for you, then down in this position here. 10 seconds. Lightly resting on the hands. And time. Then our rest exercise is a Superman, lying on the tummy, lifting all your limbs into the air. And time. Well done, guys. Flipping on over, we have our crunch. Crunch and hold. Really thinking about using our abdominals. Our lowest rib and our hips are trying to pull together. At the same time, you're pressing your belly button into the floor. 5 seconds. Single leg lower, both legs up, slowly lowering one leg at a time and slowly lifting it again. Use those abs, use the floor. Breathing in to lower the leg and out as you squeeze the abs even tighter. Knees at tabletop, we're into reverse crunch. Keeping the legs relaxed, use the abs to press into the floor. Try and tuck your hip bones up to your ribs. Final 10 seconds. Awesome. And butterfly crunch, soles of the feet together, arms behind. Reach and squeeze. Option again if you need to that you can hold the head. Try and keep your head and neck as relaxed as possible. Squeeze with the core. Nice work, guys. And we have a dead bug, knees at tabletop. Slowly reaching the opposite arm and leg down. Nice work, guys. Focus on those muscles, keep squeezing them. If you're squeezing them in, they should be tired. If not, squeeze harder, squeeze harder. Almost there. We've got the jackknife. Leaning back through the hands and tucking the knees in towards the nose. The whole time through, try and keep your belly button flat. It's not easy. Halfway. Option at any time to come down to this position here if you're feeling it anywhere where you shouldn't be. Getting ready for our Superman. And flipping over, lifting all the limbs to work our lower back. Nice stuff, guys. We have a 30-second break. Water if you need some, then staying down on the mat here. We're starting to travel up into our upper body now. We're going to do our upper back, our shoulders all the way down. Our next exercise, you'll be lying on your tummy, but I'm going to demonstrate your Y and your T. Big Y shape, thumbs to the ceiling, and T shape, palms are towards the ground. Get ready, lying on the tummy. Let's go. Awesome, guys. Then we're into a down dog to plank. Hands right under shoulders, lifting the hips up and forwards again. We're going to start drawing the energy now through our hands. Press your hands away from you and pull them towards you. Press and pull. You should start to feel it fired up through your shoulders. Still a bit through your core. Squeeze your core in like you're wearing a corset. Then onto the knees, slightly narrow with the hands, wrapping the elbows in for our press-ups. Tricep push-ups, so try and hug your elbows in towards your rib cage, lowering down, pressing up strong. Press your fingers apart, press all parts of your hand into the floor. 5 seconds. Awesome, guys, well done. Coming into a kneeling position. We're coming down into our heels and then reaching up through the hands. Press that lovely energy up into the sky. If that's sore on your knees, you can do this standing. Nice, guys. Looking up towards your hands if you can. 5 seconds. Into a half kneeling position. Again, you can do this standing if you need to. Hands are reaching forwards and then we're drawing back like a bow and arrow. The hand that's drawing back is the knee that's on the floor. Try not to relax your arms here, but the next side also. Squeezing your shoulders together, starting to feel this through the back. And then pressing that energy away through the fingers. Same on the other side, don't drop your hands. Nice, guys. Doing well. Less than 10 seconds. Then fingers facing forwards, we're into a crab bridge. You're going to press through your hands as you lift your body as high as it will go. If this is too much for you, you can do a glute bridge down on the floor. Getting ready to go back to our Y's and T's. It's our last circuit. And time, so last set of exercises, Y's and T's. Nice, guys, down dog to plank. Reaching forwards and pressing the hands away. Press and pull. Abs stay tucked in tight. Five seconds. Onto the knees for our press-ups. Hands a little more narrow. Keep your elbows in as close as you can towards the body. Press through the floor, especially the pads of the pink fingers there, the hands. If you end up getting wrist pain when you do push-ups, think about pressing into the pads of the hands. Woo. And time, awesome work. Heading into that half kneeling position all the way down and pressing up. Nice and speedy, try not to let the shoulders rest. Think about really pressing with your hands. Even though we're not holding weights here, we can still press our muscles, squeeze our muscles actively. 5 more seconds. Half kneeling position, drawing the elbow back like you're aiming a bow and arrow. Nice stuff, guys. We're nearly at the end of the workout. Last 5 seconds. Don't drop your hands, other side. Keep the belly drawn in. Halfway. Ten seconds. Last exercise for crab bridge coming up. Awesome. Crab bridge. Fingers facing forwards, pressing through your heels of your palm. Straight up, high as you can. Keep that core switched on, really press your arms into the floor. We're almost at the end of the workout. Final 10 seconds. Nice stuff, guys. Let's do a couple of quick stretches, starting with the shoulders, bringing the arm across. Same on the other side. Stretching out the wrist one way and the other way. On the other side. And through our midsection. Little stretch. Awesome work, guys. We did it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the workout. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.